Welcome to today's episode. We're going to talk about a subject that isn't that much fun, isn't sexy, and might even give you some moments of pause. What happens if something goes wrong in your business? Do you have resources in place? Do you have a backup plan? Do you have ways to prevent or prepare for these moments? What do you do if something unforeseen happens? Today we walk through 9 easy ways you can disaster-proof your business and reduce the risks of something going wrong. Now don't you reach for the stop button just because this is a tricky subject. Just hang in there with me. Get yourself comfy as we dive into today's quick win. Let's do it. Are you ready to work less, stress less, and make more money? I bet you're tired of working really hard, putting in crazy hours, and still not getting the results you know you deserve. How about we swap constant overwhelm for ease and grace and take your business to the next level? Imagine having absolute certainty with every decision you make. There's a way you can achieve it all without losing yourself. I'm Deb Field, quick win coach, business boss, and keep it simple CEO. I've been successfully taking small, medium and large businesses to the next level for decades. Want to learn how? Go grab your favourite cuppa. I'm about to share powerful quick wins you can apply today. Let's create business magic with your heart at the centre of everything you do. Business failures can be caused by internal or external factors. They may be foreseeable or completely unpredictable, with varying levels of impact. Our role as business leaders is to make sure we understand our risks and put plans in place to limit their impact. Look, disasters happen, and I'm not talking about acts of God here. I'm referring to events that could disrupt your business and at the worst, take it down. These are things you won't see coming. For a quick reality check, let's appreciate what's at stake here. According to the Bureau of Labour Statistics, 40% of businesses fail within the first 3 years, 50% within 5 years, 66% within 10 years, 73% within 15 years, and nearly 80% within 20 years. For a business to succeed despite these statistics, you must be aware of all threats which are likely to have a significant impact on your business. In other words, to survive and thrive, you need to de-risk your business. Being a Boy Scout is definitely how we should play this game. Be prepared. Today we're going to learn about 9 easy ways to be prepared and disaster-proof your business. We will cover your team, technology, cash flow, supply chain, business continuity, the market and your products and services, your customers, key person risk, and business focus. It's important to understand that businesses rarely fail due to one cause. A collection of issues are typically responsible. Mitigating the risks and having plans in place puts yourself in a position of being prepared, and it will give you peace of mind. This is so valuable. De-risking your business is a simple activity with huge benefits. I'm hoping you will make this a standard practice in your business. Back in the day when I was consulting to a medium-sized business, I noticed they had all of their important membership and business information on one computer. I asked them if they backed it up regularly, and they were pretty happy to report that they did. I asked, do they take a copy offline or off-site on a regular basis? They kind of looked at me strangely and said, no. I explained that if there was a break-in or a fire or another type of disaster, what would they do if they lost the computer and the backups? They said they really didn't think about that. So after some discussion, they agreed to do double backups and to take one off-site, which was home, and they decided to make this a standard practice. Well, they were glad this practice was put in place because 2 months later, they had a break-in. The computer and all of the backups were taken, as well as a lot of stock and other valuables. It was so easy for them to get back up and running. They simply bought a new computer, in those days it was a desktop at reception, and they uploaded their off-site backup and they were back in business as usual. This one simple activity saved their business. Otherwise they had no other records of their members, their activities and outstanding payments, not to mention stock management and planning outputs. Another more recent example happened to me 2 days ago. My husband, who is my editor for this podcast, using a software I'm not familiar with, was advised that his double knee surgery was booked in 5 days' time, putting him out of action and in hospital for 5 days and not mobile for many weeks once he was home. This meant he was not able to do anything for me on the podcast for about 3 or 4 weeks. Right? Yeah, I was like panicking. So I had to jump into action and get 3 episodes in the can in the next 2 days and continue learning the software he uses just in case he's out of action for much longer. So these things happen. Stuff happens, as you know. So let's walk through the 9 ways you can disaster-proof your business and put your mind at ease. For each risk, I provide you with the likelihood of the risk happening, ways to mitigate the risk, and what to do if it happens. So here we go. I hope you've got a top up on that cuppa because you're probably going to need it. Let's look at number 1, technology issues. Now, the likelihood of the risks. Here we go. 45% experience hardware failures. That is a huge percentage, just quietly. 37% have lost data using cloud storage. I know I have. 72% were forced to recover lost data from a backup at least once within the previous year, and 33% said they had to restore a backup multiple times. 1% of hard drives fail, and when they do, it's not pretty. So the risk is you lose data that directly impacts your ability to operate. The more we store online, the more likely this risk occurs. So to mitigate the technology risk, review your digital assets and determine what needs to be backed up and how often. Put regular backups in place as soon as possible. Test your backups work to ensure you can restore what you need, and find a reliable data recovery service somewhere local. Now, if something does happen, restore your digital assets and ensure you can continue operating. If you cannot resolve the problem, get your data recovery service to fix any issues and restore your online world. Number 2, your team. 21% of businesses fail due to disagreements with their employees. That's a high percentage, peeps. That is high. 5% of businesses fail because they didn't assemble the right team. So the risk is you employ the wrong person or the wrong people, and they disrupt the team or the business, or they are not delivering as planned. So to mitigate the risk, have clear roles and responsibilities, clear decision-making scope, a quality recruitment process, a minimum of 2 references from recent jobs, a probation process to give you time to ensure the right fit, a willingness to put time into explaining expectations, and keep a journal of any issues for future reference. Now, if something does happen, you need a willingness to stop unacceptable behaviour in a timely manner. Get onto these things quickly. You need a willingness to coach them back on track. And you need courage to let them go if they don't fit your requirements. This is why a probation agreement and a journal is so important. Number 3, security breaches. In business, 33% of network folders are not protected. 20% of businesses experience ransomware, causing an average of 16.5 days downtime, and the longer you're down, the more likely your business will fold. That's a really important one. 74% of data breaches are caused by human error in the form of deceptive or phishing emails, where staff accidentally click a link, etc. 83% of cyber attacks happen externally to a business, which means 17% come from inside a business. That one was a bit of a shock to me too, because you don't even think about that, right? So to mitigate the risk of security issues, engage a data security expert to advise on your security needs. They may be simple, they may be easy. Password protect all private or important information. Train your staff how to recognise ransomware emails and to not click links if they are concerned, and install a security application as per the advice from your expert. Now, if something does happen, engage your security expert straight away to sort it out. Restore your backups on a new system and get your business up and running. You can see how important those backups are. Very important. Okay, number 4, cash flow. 40% of businesses fail due to a lack of cash flow. Big percentage. This is a doozy, this one. So to mitigate the risk, do sufficient forward planning to know what your cash flow needs are. Secure finance for future needs as per your planning and for unforeseen circumstances. And monitor your cash flow as per your planning and adjust as needed. Now, if something does happen, draw on those pre-approved finances where you can get some cash so it can keep you going. Then ensure your planning steers you back into the black. Number 5, supply chain. Get ready for this percentage. I hope you're sitting down. 75% of businesses experience supply chain disruptions. That's huge. We really need to make sure this is worked on. So to mitigate this risk, work closely with your suppliers. Find a backup supplier just in case. So know your options. Ask your suppliers if they have any risks in their business that could impact you. And create a plan for disruptions to your supply chain. And you want to think about things like transport, payments, goods, services. You want to look at everything around your supply chain. It may not be your supplier. It could be the transport industry. It could be petrol. It could be anything. So if something does happen, execute your what-if plan and engage another supplier immediately. Number 6, business continuity. 54% of businesses experience a breakdown in continuity, with 51% of businesses without a continuity plan. Now, they're big words, I know, and it sounds like, oh my goodness, what is that? But it's actually not that bad. A continuity plan is a simple plan that explains, if this happens, I do that. For example, if we lose electricity, I've got another option. If I lose the internet, it's okay, I've got another source. So that's what a business continuity plan looks like. So to mitigate the risk, put a business continuity plan in place. It is wise to review this annually or when you make major changes to your business. Now, if something does happen, simply execute this plan. Number 7, the market and your products and services. Here we go, a couple of high percentages in this one. In business, 44% fail due to a lack of market need for your products and services. Whoa, that's big. We'll get to that in a minute. 14% fail because of poor marketing skills. 21% fail because of market competition. And 7% fail due to pricing issues. We definitely want to get this one right, because this is why you're in business. So to mitigate this risk, do your research to ensure that the market has a need for your product and service. Engage a marketing expert to ensure you invest wisely on your marketing campaigns and that you get results. Know your competition. Research them periodically to know who they are and what stands you apart. And research the market's response to your pricing. Do you need to put it up, and to how much? Now, what do you do if something happens? Review your marketing performance and discuss it with your marketing expert, or get a different expert. Don't be afraid to drop a product or service or reinvent it if the market tells you it is not what they want. Number 8, your customers' needs. 14% of businesses fail because they ignore their customers' needs. I don't know about you, but I've been on some phone calls where I believe they don't even listen to anything I'm saying. Anywho, to mitigate this risk, get out there and know your customer and what they want. Research, research, research. Listen to what your customers are telling you. Listen to the complaints. Listen to their feedback. So the action to take if something goes wrong, be agile enough to pivot to what your customer needs. Engage an expert. Number 9, key person risk. Now, I'm not sure if everyone knows that term, but it basically means you've got someone in your organisation that is critical, and if they leave, you're in big trouble. This area of risk is getting a lot of press lately and has resulted in an increase in key person risk insurance. Believe it or not, they have insurance. A key person can be inside your business as an employee or contractor, one of your suppliers or external vendors or service providers, or it could be you. And if it is you, we have a problem. This means you cannot go on holidays without being tied to your phone or your laptop. You cannot take leave to recover if you're unwell, and your business is at risk if you ever have an emergency and cannot be there. How can you possibly work on your business if you're a key person working in your business. This is one that, if this comes up for you, this particular risk, and it is you, this is one we definitely need you to work on, because it is going to impact your well-being, your relationships at home. It's going to impact everything because you can't extract yourself out of the business. Anywho, let's go and look at how you mitigate this risk. Implement succession plans for every identified key person risk, including you. Ensure at least one other person has the necessary skills and knowledge to do any task, including setting up more than one person for key external relationships with suppliers, vendors, service providers, affiliates, and critical customers. Another key mitigation strategy is to implement defined processes and operating procedures so anyone can do a task as per the procedures. Now, if something does happen, execute your succession plans. Recruit for the position immediately and ask your key person to remain until the new recruit arrives and ensure sufficient handover. Here's a bonus risk. 49% of businesses fail due to a lack of managerial direction. So this one lands on us. 7% of businesses fail because the leader loses focus and fails to pivot. These risks are so easy to mitigate. Remember in episode 4 where we referenced the value of a simple one-page business model? This critical business component will mitigate all 9 risks. It calls out your customers, your products, your services, your suppliers, and what they supply, and your processes. If you have 90 minutes available, we can get this done. Contact me and let's arrange a Zoom meeting. Go to quickwinsforbusiness.com/offer and snag yourself the special rate for my podcast listeners. You'll be so glad you have this foundational business element. It actually sits underneath everything you do. I cannot tell you how awesome it is to have one. I run this. I have my own business model and it helps me solve any problems I have, and it helps me de-risk my business. So to recap, I hope you're okay. I hope everyone's okay. To recap, mitigating risks in your business reduces stress and it gives you confidence that everything is covered. This enables you to work more on your business instead of in your business. Now, here they are. 1, do regular backups of your systems and data and keep one off-site just in case. 2, employ the right people and don't be afraid to let them go if they are not a good fit. 3, get good security on your systems and teach your team how to identify spam. 4, plan your cash flow and have access to already approved loans just in case. 5, regularly check in with your suppliers and have a backup plan ready to go. 6, create a business continuity plan for those weird and wonderful disruptions. 7, do your research and ensure your products and services meet the market needs, are appropriately priced, and engage a marketing expert to execute effective marketing campaigns. 8, speak to your customers to know what they want and pivot accordingly. 9, identify your key person risks and put a succession plan in place. Finally, get your business model done. This will enable you to de-risk your business with ease and grace. Now, I know this episode is a little doom and gloom. I get that. But as you can see by the percentages of businesses experiencing these issues, putting these simple practices in place is an easy way to reduce your stress and protect your business. I hope this quick win serves you well and gives you peace of mind. Have a great day. I hope you loved today's episode and it provides value to you and your business. There are 2 quick things you can do to pay it forward. 1, share this episode with other women you know and love. And 2, take 30 seconds to leave a review on Apple Podcast. This will enable more women in business to receive this valuable information. Let's share the love. Finally, go to quickwinsforbusiness.com, get your free business checklist and join our private Facebook community where I'll be sharing additional quick win tools. Let's work together. Join me here next week with another exciting episode sharing more quick wins for your business. Have a great day.